tell me, Werner, do you think the deaths of 8 million Americans will be enough to get the world's attention?
Bedtime babble.
Nick Fury, agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.
You sound about as disappointed in saying that as I feel about having watched it twice. Nick Fury, title character, played by David Hasselhoff.
Oh, dearie man. Yes.
Made famous, or more famous most recently, by Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh, a lot better.
I don't think Hasselhoff ever made him famous.
All of your favourite bits
yeah.
from all of the modern Marvel universe are here because they're obviously based on the same comics.
Are they? Are they
Yeah,
all
they
here?
are.
They're all there. They're not very well executed, but they're all there. Film opens with Hydra stealing a frozen Baron von Strucker.
Baron Wolfgang von Strucker, last of the great global boogeymen. Ours not to reason why, ours but to do and die.
Well, you had to shut him up because he was going. He was so
fucking annoying.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, we get it, mate.
We then cut straight to Nick Fury, who lives in an old mine for no reason. Not explained.
He's off the grid,
Well,
isn't he?
he's on, but he got put out to pasture by S.H.I.E.L.D. at the end of the Cold War. Hydra have a plan to rule the world with the Deadhead virus, which they got from the frozen body of Baron von Strucker.
The dirty motherfucker.
You know he's even uglier than I remember. Your frozen popsicle. Get it, Andrea? Popsicle? You know, that's the problem with the Third Reich. No sense of humor.
Yeah, that was the problem.
Yeah.
That was their biggest flaw, I'd say.
Essentially, Nick and the team go after them and save the day.
Score one for the free world.
What did he do?
He beat up the woman.
And that's the whole movie. There's not much more happens. David Hasselhoff as Nick Fury gets really salty with people.
Still cares about you, sir. You don't have to be an ESP agent to see that.
Yeah, well, I got 8 million other lives to worry about right now. Running a little low on Hallmark moments.
I just thought he was just going for the rugged, a bit rough around the edges.
Yeah, but if you met
superhero type.
If you met him, Chris, do you think you'd get on with him?
No, I think, you're taking yourself a little bit too seriously here, Nicholas.
That's the problem.
Hasselhoff turns things around, though, doesn't he? Single-handedly, I'd say.
Turns them round in what way? Like, turns it around in a good way or turns it around in a bad way? Because both are plausible.
In whatever way he wants. He wants to.
He spends the whole film looking really, really sweaty. Like when you first meet
that's
him,
how you look like you've done something.
Look at him.
Flexing his muscles.
Look at him.
There's no big hole he's digging into. It's just a wall.
Well, you don't know that because he might have dug the whole shaft that he lives in.
No, give over. It doesn't look like that.
Why does he live in a mine shaft?
He's off the grid.
You can live off the grid and still live in a wooden hut. You don't have to live underground.
Yeah, or you could pickaxe yourself a luxury cave home.
Oh, because that's what he's got, isn't it?
Come on in. You've got a door that's ready to open just for you. A lovely wooden bed made out of rocks.
The first person that he meets is Alexander Goodwin Pierce, who is a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent, basically.
Is that Darren Anderton?
The character name, at least, is shared with the character that Robert Redford plays in Winter Soldier, where he plays the bad guy.
It's got everything from the other films.
Exactly.
Bloody hell.
The first thing Nick Fury does when he meets that guy is he punches him in the face.
Yeah.
Not said a word to him, just punched him in the face.
That's what hard-boiled former soldiers do, Dave.
Got the helicarriers, which everyone knows.
Everyone knows and loves. It's what you go to see the films for.
The Quinjets. It's got LMDs, which are the life model decoys.
Oh, dear. Yeah, that's horrible. Oh, my God.
Robots.
For anyone who's seen Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., all 7 seasons of it.
I'm sure some of you watched it.
Did you watch all 7?
I watched, absolutely loved Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It was great. It was great fun. It was Clark Gregg. He was brilliant. Absolutely loved it.
Eye patch, check. Cigar, check. Ass-kicking attitude, double check. Let's go. Torn from the pages of Marvel Comics, the sci-fi premiere of Nick Fury.
It's a TV movie that they made in the hope that it would kickstart a TV series.
They had like 4 or 5 others planned.
That's why we get, at the end, we get Von Strucker and his daughter
laughing their way.
Yeah. So yeah,
there's a lot of laughing in there.
Laughing very slowly on their way to China.
Yeah.
Instead of the usual Baron Von Strucker versus S.H.I.E.L.D., it's actually Von Strucker's children.
You're telling me that monster had a daughter? And a son. A brother, Werner.
They've taken up where their father...
So he's got a son and a daughter.
Andrea Von Strucker.
Von Strucker, but she's referred to as the Viper.
It's quite pantomime, though. That's one thing.
It's very pantomime.
They are happy when they have a strong leader. Have you chosen a target yet for our first strike?
I love that her hairdresser was given a part in this.
There's a point where the Hoff is on their little plane and they're flying off, and then he turns on the TV screen. As he flicks it on, the S.H.I.E.L.D. people are just stood in front of a camera,
just waiting for
waiting for Nick Fury, and then they all just turn their heads, and it's like they all just were waiting there.
I thoroughly enjoyed that.
It was
actually.
great. I quite liked it.
I am disgusted.
How dare you?
Silence!
There's then this subplot where Andrea Von Strucker, she wants to kill Nick Fury. So in order to do so, she tricks him into and then snogs him. Why not just shoot him in the face? You were on top of him, shoot him in the face, couldn't go anywhere. But it turns out that on her lip, she carries some poisonous thing that will kill him.
I did not intend to spend the last few hours of my life on this planet in the helicarrier sickbay.
I was hoping to be found in a whore's bedroom.
It makes no sense because like, so why have you got one disease, right? That is the thing that you're threatening everyone with, and then you infect the guy with something completely different that's unrelated. In order for him to get cured, he has to find her.
Yeah.
But they also have to... It's just like, why is this so convoluted?
Oh, Nick. You've really fucked this up.
Because it doesn't really incapacitate him in any
Oh,
way.
he coughs a lot.
It coughs a bit, and then there's a point where he gets put into a freezer because he's running a fever. He says, I feel normal now. So then he can pop his eyeball out and use it as an explosive.
I quite like that bit, actually.
Like,
I quite enjoyed that.
There's some fun bits
I thought that was cool. Yeah, brilliant. Just pop out your eye and just blow your wall up.
What are you hiding behind? Just some barbed wire that everyone can see through?
No, you can't.
There's a bit at the start where they're in a lift and the lift doesn't recognise him because he can't show both his eyes to the fucking retina scan. So he shoots it with his gun, like that's how you deal with your problems, isn't it?
Does the lift work?
After he shoots it with the gun, yeah, the whole security system just breaks and the lift starts moving. It's like, well, that's fucking hyper
Goes
secure,
to his
isn't it?
floor. Because what would have happened, Nick Fury, is you would have shot the lift and it would have stopped and the doors would have closed and you'd have been stuck in there and you would have all been waiting there and they would have gone, this was your fault.
Could you imagine if Hydra then managed to blow up Manhattan and Nick Fury's stuck in a lift?
They stole Von Strucker's body, and they killed Clay in the process.
Damn.
I'm sorry about
That was some acting, wasn't it? You know, there's a whole subplot thing with Val, who's one of the other members of the S.H.I.E.L.D. team, where those two used to be an item and they're not an item anymore.
It's been a long time, Nick.
Wow.
They tried to play that for a bit of sort of tension.
What do you want me to say? That it happened too fast between us? That Clay got in the way? I got scared. I walked.
Yeah, to someone else's bed.
Well, I learned that move from you.
Just doesn't work. None of it works. There's a nice moment where he makes her shut up when they're in the car. She's sort of pouring her heart out to him, and you just like it's on her face, and you just get. Sorry,
Did you notice Dave said it was a nice moment?
Oh, did he?
It was a nice moment that she was.
That she was.
I see what you're doing.
I see what we're doing.
Oh, yeah.
It's funny. It's always about women.
Yeah. If you've got to set up the cancellation, then it's not a worthy cancellation.
Well, you say it like that.
You said it, Dave.
I think, Tom, you're embarrassing yourself.
You see.
Am I though? That's what someone would say that was about to get cancelled.
Yeah,
You two were impossible to work with. I felt like a complete outsider until...
Can we also talk about Little Mo's appearance in this?
She's called Kate Neville. She heads up the SHIELD PsyOps team. Yeah, she's the empath. She reads people's minds and emotions. When she meets Nick Fury, she explains to him that she's got telepathic powers that are enhanced by implants, and he looks at her tits.
Yeah.
I have my natural ability augmented with implants. Neural implants.
Come on.
And you're just like, this is horrible.
Nah, that's prime Nick Fury.
So she's actually a mind reader.
Yeah,
there's a whole.
She is an empath as well.
She is actually quite important to the whole.
Oh,
the overall
really?
story.
Wow.
Yeah. That they need to disarm code in order to stop the missiles that contain the Deadhead virus from being launched at Manhattan. They're on a mobile truck, so why they couldn't just drive it away and turn it around and fire them into the sea, I don't know. But never mind. Don't let logic get in the way of a good crisis. They need the code to disarm it, and in order to get the code, she does a little empath thing on Von Strucker's head.
Dig deep.
3.
All right, Kate. You can do this. You can do this.
And a 7.
Detonation
9.
in 1 minute.
0.
And then there's a whole Jeopardy moment. And they go to put it in, and then she goes, no, it was a 9.
Yeah,
They say
tension.
9. Fury has to choose one, so he chooses 9, and then he sees a little smirk on Von Strucker's face, and then goes 6!
No, 6!
It's a shame Von Strucker or Andrea sort of telegraphed it quite as much as she did.
Yeah.
It's really...
Yeah, she'd be shit at
It's
poker,
like,
wouldn't she?
Come on out!
You could have set up previously that he's seen a tell of hers when he knows she's lying. So he's like, I should have spotted she was undercover because she scratched her chin. Or did something like she moved her shoulders.
What was the question?
Yes.
It's written by David Goyer, who wrote all of the Blade movies, but was also heavily involved in all of the story and screenplay for the Nolan Batman series.
That points to the fact that our headquarters are not on the East Coast.
It's not much to go on. But it's all we got. All right, listen up. 2 teams. Val, you got the important job, the Manhattan sweep. You find the virus bomb.
Got it, Nick.
Timothy, you on the show from here? Find it.
What?
The virus bomb.
They're just gonna what? Search Manhattan?
Yeah, just go to Manhattan and find it.
Just find it. If you could go there and find it.
What the fuck?
He wrote some of the Call of Duty games as well.
Call of Duty involved in those. Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman. I know they're not all sort of great examples of comic book movies, but
he is a big comic book fan. That's why he's worked on all of these. And I read that he didn't really have anything to do with this, and he wrote the script for this like 5 years previously. And he said, it's not good. He actually sort of had quite positive things to say about Hasselhoff. He said of all the people, he at least was kind of got the comic campiness of it. And he's kind of right. Hoff is bad. Again, I'm not saying he's good, but it's quite entertaining. It's probably one of the only entertaining things in this film.
Is something wrong?
Beauty is truth, and truth is beauty. That's all ye on this earth know, and all ye need to know.
Is that part of the recognition code?
No, I just felt like saying it.
He almost comes off, I suppose, like Arnold Schwarzenegger in Batman and Robin.
That film is a contemporary of this film. It's around 2 years in them.
Are you sure this is it? It looks like a garbage truck.
Yeah, but look.
I think it's a man driving in sunglasses.
Just look at them.
Batman and Robin, I think, was probably 60 million or something. But yeah, the budget for this was 6 million, which for
a TV film thing, I suppose
it's quite a lot.
It is, but it's also not a lot.
I don't think if they had 8 million, all of a sudden this becomes that much. It might look slightly better in places.
I mean, that's only 2 million more than they had.
Yeah. Oh, that's fucking, it's 2 million. What the fuck you spend? are you spending all your money on?
Hoff cigar.
Yeah. It's not the money that the reason that the script's a bit fucking boring and like
the acting's terrible.
And the acting's terrible.
No, yeah, you're right.
Wow. At least he didn't hang around too long, eh?
No, he didn't hang around.
That's probably the only thing I'd say about it.
Other than that, it was fucking awful.
So this film was instantly forgettable. To be honest, I forgot completely that we watched it. Hoff is quite entertaining relative to the rest of this film. Andrea Van Strucker is also kind of fun for bits of it. I'm going to struggle. I'm going to give it 1.
I'm giving it half a point. Hasselhoff has enough interesting things, but like, don't watch it. It's not okay with me.
No, I'm giving it a half. It's terrible. It's terrible, but there's just enough in it that you recognise to make you kind of go, okay.
So Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. gets 2 out of 15. Wow, we're here at the end.
We made it,
guys.
We did, just
Two of
about.
you. If you love this, then you should watch other things similar. So we've got over here, someone help me.
Batman
and Robin. And here's another one.
Captain America.
Both awful films.
But good videos.
Like and subscribe.